Going to call this meeting to order. This is a special meeting of the Excise Board for Oklahoma County. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. It's now 9:31 a.m. We have a full house. Mr. Brett Town.
Present.
Ms. Teresa Sellers.
Present.
And I'm Eleanor Thompson. Notice of this meeting properly was posted on September 26, 2025. And today, with some adjustments, we're going to have 31, I think it is 31 items on our agenda. Item number 1, discussion and possible action regarding the minutes of October 16th, 2025. Any additions or changes or modifications?
I move approval of item number 1.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, each one of the next items on our agenda are requested by the County Finance Department, Office of the County Clerk, so we won't be saying that at each one of them. Item 2 is discussion and possible action on Resolution 2025-3672. This is the estimate of needs and financial statements for the upcoming, for the fiscal year that just passed, ended, and it's for the financial statements for the fiscal year that ended June 30th, 2025, but it's for the estimate of needs of the upcoming school year. And the pertinent amounts for Western Heights School District, Independent School District number I-41, General Fund levy of 35.27 mills, Building Fund levy of 5.04 mills, Sinking Fund in the amount of $13,433,057.08 with a levy of 2405 mills.
Staff, is this the one we tabled last time?
Yes.
Okay, so we just need to move to strike this. Okay, I move to strike from the agenda item number 2.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. And are we doing anything different on item 3?
Item 3 is what we need to approve today, correct? So why number 1 was stricken, is in regards to, them being on the School Budget Act.
Yes.
And that first one did not include the general fund budget or the building budget. And so that is why it was tabled last week. And so item 3 identifies those budgets for general and building budget.
I'm just
So just for future reference, if we have one that we're not gonna approve, we should move to strike rather than table. So
Correct.
I can understand it.
Yes,
And then it won't be on here twice, the call.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And the tabling does not allow any modifications at all, so that's why it had to stay on.
Okay.
Okay. Are the amounts correct and the same as they were? The amounts were correct, right?
The levy is correct, but in item 3, you see you have
Yes.
a general fund
Yes.
budget for general and building fund. Levies did not change. Sinking fund is the same dollar amount with the same levy. Just adding a budget for general.
Okay, so general fund in the amount we're approving for Western Heights in the amount of $17,835,389.43 with a levy of 35.27 mills. Otherwise, everything remains the same.
Building fund.
Building fund levy in the amount of $2,548,635.17. Levy of 5.04 mills.
Yes, ma'am.
I move to approve item number 3.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 4, Resolution 2025-3700. This is for Crutchville School District number 74. It is the financial statement for last fiscal year and the estimate of needs for this fiscal year. We've got a general fund in the amount of $3,585,463.38 with a levy of 35.54 mills. Building fund in the amount of $244,582.14 with a levy of 5.08 mills. Child nutrition fund in the amount of $519,180.16 with no mill levy, and a sinking fund in the amount of $481,500 with a levy of 24.82 mills.
This item was also tabled last week. What was in question was the signatures for the board members.
Yes.
They only have 3 board members, and they had a quorum at the meeting that this agenda was, this was approved, so you only have 2 signatures, for the estimated needs.
So we can approve item number 4.
Yes, sir.
Move to approve item number 4 then.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. What's this? Okay. 5 is possible action regarding resolution 2025-3750,
Excuse me,
estimate.
Helen, before you read all that, this is one we need to strike, so there's no sense in reading it, correct?
Correct.
We're striking that table.
Yes.
Okay.
So I move that we strike item number 5 from the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The table item from last week,
Yes.
and the replacement is
6.
underneath. And this was tabled, because we picked up the net assessed valuation for the general fund budget. And it should have been the actual budget amount. So that is the change between 5 and 6.
It was a typo on the general fund, right?
Yes,
Basically,
ma'am.
last one, yeah.
Okay, so this is for Francis Tuttle. That's all I need to read. Is the general fund is correctly in the amount of, that's right, there was an
It
extra.
was 5 billion.
Yes. 58,815,705 with a levy of 10.46 mils. Otherwise, the rest of it is correct,
Yes, ma'am. But I think, if I recall correctly, I think you all stopped at the general fund. Y'all didn't identify building, for.
Because it was incorrect. Okay, I'll read it.
Y'all stopped all the way through.
Building fund is in the amount of $30,426,936. A levy of 5.23 mils. There's an incentive overlapping amount in the amount of $2,038,171. Excuse me, with a levy of 5 mils.
So this is only about 3 million more than last year on the general fund, and a couple million more on the building fund. The other levies are the mills are the same, yeah.
Okay. Any questions? So, is there a motion to approve item number 6?
I'll make a motion to approve item number 6.
And I'll second it. All those in favor say
Aye.
aye. Okay.
I mean, where do you want
Item
to?
number 7, I believe we could strike that because we tabled it. Is there a motion? To strike item number 7? That's one we tabled last time.
It is, okay. And it's on here again, I'll show item number 8, so I'll move to strike item number 7.
I'll second the motion. Approval?
Yes.
Yes.
Would y'all care to know why y'all tabled or remind?
Yes, go
y'all
ahead.
Tabled last week, because the affidavit was missing the signature for the, publication piece.
Okay.
And so item 8, same information, just that signature on the final page.
Okay. I'll go ahead and read part of it just to make sure. Discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-4120, estimate of needs, financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25 for the Academy of Seminole Charters District, number J-2, general fund in the amount of $8,055,937.23 with no mill levy, and building fund in the amount of $239,398.91 with no mill levy.
So if there are no questions, I'll move to approve item number 8 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ellen, would you like me to move on to
Yes.
9? Okay. Item number 9, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-4117, estimate of needs for fiscal year 2025-26 and fiscal financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025 for the town of Woodlawn Park. General fund in the amount of $87,264.65 with no mill levy.
So that's about $3,000 less than it was last year. So I'll move to approve item number 9 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 10, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3751, estimate of needs for 2025-26, financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which include appropriations to Lamont Charter School, general fund in the amount of $4,447,335.92 with no mill levy, and the building fund in the amount of $337,618.92 with mill levy.
Is Lamont Charter and Lamont International the same thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
This one is actually a little bit more. It's about $1 million more than it was last year. So I'll move to approve item number 10 as stated.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, passes. Item number 11. Discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3774, the estimate of needs for the fiscal year 2025-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which includes and certifies levies for Deer Creek School District Number 6, general fund in the amount of $77,973,347.73 with a levy of 36.89 mills, building fund in the amount of $7,880,121.38 with a levy of 5.27 mills, child nutrition in the amount of $5,438,713.82 with no mill levy, sinking fund in the amount of $26,237,016.67 with a levy of 33.36 mills.
Well, this one is about 15 million more. I mean, I get it, it's Deer Creek, I know there's a lot of growth out there. But just wanted to point out it's quite a bit more on the general fund. The building fund, about 800,000, not quite $1 million more. The sinking fund appears to be new.
Do they have another bond issue?
They have bond issues constantly.
Oh.
They're like that when as soon as they get one and they start rolling off, they try to keep it the same.
Okay.
So sometimes they are actually at 35, 36 mils, so they're probably in between a little. Depends on how payments are made and things like that, what your mill level ends up with at the end of the year. But it all seems appropriate.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve item number 11 as stated.
A second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 12, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3777, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 2025-26 on financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which includes appropriations for W.K. Jackson Leadership Charter School general fund in the amount of $1,949,073.79 with no mill levy.
It's about $700,000 more than last year. But with that said, I move to approve item number 12 as stated.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 13, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3802, estimate needs for the fiscal year 2025-26 and financial statements for the year ending June 30th, 2025, which includes appropriations and certified levies for Jones School District Number 9, general fund in the amount of $10,988,783.31 with a levy of 36.63 mills, building fund in the amount of $871,555.09 with a levy of 5.23 mills, child nutrition fund in the amount of $600,686.38 with no mill levy, and sinking fund in the amount of $2,365,595.84 with a levy of 34 mills.
About $1.5 million more than last year. The sinking fund is new. The child nutrition went up by a couple $100,000 as well, so that was interesting. But with that said, I move to approve item number 13 as stated.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 14, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3803, the estimate of needs for the fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25, which includes appropriations for Stanley Hupfield Western Village Charter District E-3 general fund in the amount of $3,913,339.65 with no mill levy.
It's very similar to what it was last year, so I'll move to approve item number 14 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 15, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3804, the estimate of needs for the fiscal year 2025-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which includes appropriations for Santa Fe South Charter Schools, District G-21, general fund in the amount of $61,536,358.67 with no mill levy, and building fund in the amount of $3,873,398.02 with no mill levy.
The last year, we approved a little more than 52 million, but they did have to do a transfer of funds around September of this year. So with that said, I move to approve item number 15 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 16, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3811, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which include appropriations for John W. Rex Charter Elementary School District, number E-28, general fund in the amount of $9,567,608.54 with no mill levy, and the building fund in the amount of $636,306.35 with no mill levy.
About $2.5 million more than last year. We've seen a lot of growth in these. So that said, I move to approve item number 16 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Wait, Brett, is there a junior high?
They are, I think they're in the process of making a middle school and then they're eventually going to be a high school as well.
But the
Associated
middle school
with it.
doesn't exist as a separate.
Not yet. And an elementary can go up to, sixth grade.
Sixth. Okay.
Item number 17, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 25-3812, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which includes appropriation and certified levies for the Bethany School District, number 8, general fund in the amount of $20,937,959.23 with a levy of 36.05 mills. Building fund in the amount of $1,860,924.93 with a levy of 5.15 mills, and sinking fund in the amount of $964,024.58 with a levy of 40.02 mills. This item is requested by the county.
The good news on this one, it's actually 2 million less.
Which probably means that they are losing student population. It's
A
kind of
little bit of
strange.
an increase on the building fund, but the overall general fund is less.
Okay.
That said, I'll move to approve item number 17 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Item 18, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3813, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26 and fiscal and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which include appropriations for Oklahoma Virtual Charter Academy, general fund in the amount of $29,958,238.46 with no mill levy.
That's about 4 million more than last year. And that said, I'll move to approve item number 18 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And motion passes. Item number 19, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3815, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25, which includes appropriations for Harding Fine Arts Charter Schools, general fund in the amount of $4,518,024.08 with no mill levy, and the building fund in the amount of $337,118.36 with no mill levy.
Is this one different than the Independence Charter School?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
Well,
so.
they're not short term, now he's off on
Kelly.
Yeah,
The
so the
independent.
Fine Arts Charter, yeah, it's about $1 million more than last year. So with that said, I move to approve item number 19 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 20, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3824, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26. Financial statements for fiscal
Fine Arts Charter, yeah, it's about $1 million more.
Aztec Charter Schools.
So with that said,
General
move to
fund
approve item number 19 as
I'll second.
Those in favor? 6 cents with no mill levy. And building fund in the amount of $1,926,319.69 with no mill levy.
Well, the general fund went up a little less than $1 million more, but the building fund went up by about $1 million, almost $1.5 million.
Are they no longer in the old Shepherd Mall?
Aren't they building a new school, I believe, and they may have, I don't know, they may. I'm still not sure how these schools get their building fund with no mill levy, but I think it's through a formula through Oklahoma City using theirs based on a per pupil basis, and maybe they were granted something else, I don't know, but there is no mill levy associated with it.
So I'll move to approve item number 20 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Item 21, I believe this is one we can move to strike. Is that correct? Staff?
Yes. Yeah.
Are we striking Western?
Okay, we have items 21 and 26, which are both Gateway. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, duplicate. Okay, yes. We can approve this one or strike and approve later. But yes, it is a duplicate submission for 21 and 26.
Okay, I did notice that the resolution numbers were a little bit different. 25 is 3846 and 21 is
Yes, so when
3826. So
resolution numbers are different, but the entity is the same. Let's
Sure.
approve 21 and strike later.
okay, so we'll move to okay.
Yeah.
So item number 21, discussion of possible action regarding resolution 2025-3826, estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25, which include appropriations for Western Gateway Charter School District number E26, general fund in the amount of $3,659,067.82 with no mill levy, and building fund in the amount of $480,422.98 with no mill levy.
It's pretty similar to what they did last year. In October, they bumped it up in October. So with that said, I move to approve item number 21 as stated.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Agenda item number 22, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3835, the estimate of needs for the fiscal year 25-26, and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which include appropriations and certified levies for Rose State College Technical Area Education District 52, general fund in the amount of $24,840,600.96 with a levy of 10.34 mills, building fund in the amount of $9,376,194.10 with a levy of 5.17 mills, and sinking fund in the amount of $1,780,983.33 with a levy of 2.13 mills.
So it went up by almost $2 million on the general, a little less than $1 million on building, and sinking actually went down, and the levy rates are all the same. So with that said, I move to approve item number 22 as stated.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 23, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3840, the estimate of needs for the fiscal year 2025-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25, which include appropriations for Rise STEAM Academy Public Schools District E33, general fund in the amount of $1,653,874.73 with no mill levy. This is a new school.
Yes.
Yeah, we approved $1 million back in June, and so now it's $600,000 more. That said, I'll move to approve item number 23 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 24, Discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3841, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26, and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which include appropriations for Oklahoma Connection Academy Public Schools, District Z-3, General Fund in the amount of $14,381,977.43 with no mill levy.
A little more than 2 million more than what they asked for earlier this year and what they asked for last year. That said, I move to approve item number 24 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion passes. Item number 25, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 25-3843, the estimate of needs for the fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th. That should be 25, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
we'll note that as a change, which includes appropriations and certified levies for Oakdale School District number 29 General Fund in the amount of $7,867,963.40 with a levy of 36.67 mils. Building Fund in the amount of $824,760.57 with a levy of 5.24 mils. And sinking fund in the amount of $3,383,916.67 with a levy of 22.75 mils.
So they all went up a little bit, but nothing significantly, and the levies are pretty close to the same, 70-cent difference on the sinking.
Is this a dependent
It's a
school
dependent
district
school
to
district.
eighth grade? Stops at
Right.
eighth grade.
Right. And I did notice they didn't have a child nutrition
Yes.
budget request.
They
Well, now,
didn't
and that means they cannot do what?
Well, I think they're supposed to submit their child nutrition budget too, aren't they?
They didn't have it last year either.
They did?
They didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll approve what's here, and if they have to have it, we'll come back later.
Okay.
Okay,
Move to approve item number 25 as stated.
That's correct.
That's
Correct.
And I'll second.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, this is the one we're striking.
Item 26, motion to strike.
I move that we strike item 26.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 27, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3847, the estimate needs for fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which include appropriations and certified levies for Putnam City Public School District number 1, General Fund in the amount of $50,345,664.56 with a levy of 36.46 mils. Building Fund in the amount of $7,194,210.43 with a levy of 5.21 mils. And Sinking Fund in the amount of $37,461,837.50 with a levy of 27.51 mils.
So there's some major discrepancies on this one because we approved 196 million last year for the school district for the general fund, and this is just 50 million. The building fund, we approved 9.3 million, 7 million. There was no sinking fund last year, now it's 37. But there was a child nutrition fund last year that we approved, and then we approved it in June. We approved a $16 million child nutrition, but it's not mentioned here.
So that's only half as much this year as last year.
That's okay. It's even more than half. It's 4 times less.
They are not losing population like that. Because, Brett, so this is north, west, and central combined?
This is their whole school district. Their whole school district is about 50 miles, 50 square miles. But yeah, it runs from around I-40 up north to between 100 around 122nd. So I don't know what that discrepancy is.
It's like that.
We'll let staff look at it.
That would be like if they just had one of them. Well, it could either be north or central, but west is too
Yeah,
tiny.
no, this
Well,
is
no, that might be.
well, the high school attendance areas don't have that. This is for the whole school district. So there's
I'm just trying to figure out why it would be so little as if they submitted more than one.
Could you all, click on the attachment and jump to exhibit Y for me, please?
Exhibit Y,
Yes.
what page is that?
It's closer to the back side, page 14 is what I have here.
Okay. All right, I'm there.
Looking at their top line appropriations approved and provisions made. Michelle, could you pull that up for me on the screen?
Page 14.
Do the same kind.
Like to borrow one of ours?
You can do that.
Oh, you go. Here it is here.
You know, the documents in mine only deal with sinking fund.
It's page 2. You gotta go all the way to the back
All the
to
way to
exhibit Y. Yeah. It'll look like this here.
Okay,
So is it really 50 million?
Yeah.
total required for 2025 tax, 50,344,665. Well, what did you say it was for last year?
196.
That's the general fund budget, I'm sure.
The general fund was, originally we approved in July of 24, we approved 188 million. In April of 25, we approved 190. In June of 25, we approved 196. In June 30th of 25, we approved 192.
Yeah, they kept adjusting.
So I'm not quite sure.
But
No, they have a
50
new
million is
CFO.
a big adjustment.
I think this is one we really have to strike this
Okay.
time.
And I can
Get it correct.
inquire, why such a,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, is there a motion to strike number
I
27?
moved to strike item 27.
I'll say it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll move on to item number 28. Discussion of possible action regarding resolution 24-3870, the estimate of needs for the fiscal year 25-26 financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25, which include appropriations for Proud to Partner Leadership Academy Public Schools, J5, general fund in the amount of $890,082.01, no mill levy.
About 10,000 less than last year.
I don't know, this name is not standing with me at all, as strange as it is, seems like I remember that.
It was a new one last
it's a
year.
new one last year.
Oh, okay.
I'll move to approve item number 28 as stated.
And they actually submitted late last year, so that.
Okay. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. 29, discussion and possible action regarding resolution 2025-3880, the estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 25, which include appropriations for KIP, OKC College Public Schools, District E12, general fund in the amount of $5,291,621.07 with no mill levy.
This is different than KIP Reach.
No,
College
they renamed
preparatory school.
themselves.
So it shows up, it's shown up both ways.
They renamed themselves.
Okay,
The DBA.
all right. So then,
What did they have? What was their amount?
well, in April of 24, we approved 6.3 million, and then in September, they dropped it down to 4.7. So,
Okay.
so with that said, I move to approve item number 29 as stated.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 30, discussion of possible action regarding resolution 2024-4110, the revised estimate of needs for fiscal year 25-26 and financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, which include appropriations and certified levies for the city of Bethany. Sinking fund in the amount of $1,924,228 with a levy of 14.13.
This is a revised, because of their sinking fund, they did not include the activity for that 25 fiscal year. So they resubmitted to account for that in their sinking fund.
I see that we did approve it on October the 9th. We approved the 1.9 million sinking fund. It's about a $8,000 difference from that one, but, and the levy is different. But with that said, it's not that significant of a difference. I move to approve item number 30 as stated.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 31. I will probably read this whole thing once you want me to read it first and you have comments?
I'm just here to answer questions.
Oh, okay.
Or elaborate or whatever you need me to do.
All right.
Yeah.
Discussion and possible action to
Full on.
approve temporary transfers in the amount of $1.5 million from Treasurer's Resale Fund 1130, $250,000 from Treasurer's Mortgage Fee Fund 1140, $750,000 from Treasurer's Unapportioned Fund 6810, $500,000 from Treasurer's Protest Tax Fund 6815, $5 million from Highway Cash Fund 1110, $1 million from County Road and Bridge Fund 1111, and $1 million from Capital Improvement Regular Fund 2010 for the amount of $10 million to the general fund. These are cash transfers only and will not affect encumbrances. The transfers are necessary to cover payroll and weekly meeting checks and are typically repaid mid-January of the following calendar year. The temporary transfers from Highway Cash, County Road and Bridge, and Capital Improvement Regular are contingent upon approval by the Oklahoma County Board of County Commissioners on 11/22/25. Temporary 10/22/25. Temporary transfers are allowed by 68 OS Section 2021, requested by Forrest Butch Freeman, Oklahoma County Treasurer.
I will add that the Board of County Commissioners did approve the 3 out of Highway, County Road and Bridge, and the capital account.
Okay.
They did approve those, yes.
Do you remember did we have more money this year from tax resale? I mean, it was a pretty good, and we sold everything, right?
We did sell everything. Yes.
Okay.
So I'll move to approve item number 31 as stated.
We better. The employees will have us. I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Any citizen participation?
I do have something to say.
Sure.
Number 16, can
Okay.
we vote on that again? I think you stopped halfway and didn't quite complete the vote.
So we didn't vote on 16.
Part of you did, but not everybody.
Okay, I vote to approve.
I'll second. Do we need to do that all again, or you just need hers?
You just need
Okay.
Okay, so we're good to just, some people just have to go places and they won't stay. And the rest of us have to hear about their nice trips later. Somebody's not gonna be here next week, so they'll just be Brett and myself next week, right?
Yes.
Somebody's going to Virginia?
See East Coast fall colors this time next week.
No, you won't. It's too early. I used to do it every year. I would start in
Tennessee,
September.
Virginia.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm not that far east.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say, Williamsburg is not until the 1st of November.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know these things. I used to do it every year. Okay, I'll move to adjourn if there's nothing further.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I used to start in September, second week in September. We go way north